What's up, guys, and welcome to another episode of Duke Reacts, part of the Duke and Don channel. And today we're gonna be reacting to a video that honestly, I feel for the brother in this video, because I know there's thousands, probably hundreds of thousands of guys out there right now in the world going through the exact same thing this young man's going through, all right? Especially when it comes to dealing with the opposite sex. Because think about it, guys, we as men, all right, when it comes to dealing with women, we don't ask for much, right? We ask for sex, compliance, and loyalty. That's pretty much it. And sometimes, you know, a sandwich or two. But we're not asking for much. We don't have to give us to that, right? And it doesn't take much for us, especially for you women, to do for us to commit to you, to really make you our woman, to separate you from all these other hoes that we messing around with here. All you have to do is do the bare minimum, right? To go above and beyond. And once we wife you up, once we decide to take that next step and give you the biggest honor that we can ever give you, which is the seed, we want to make sure that that seed that we're going to eventually pour all our hearts, our energy, our time, our resources into, we're going to make sure that that seed is ours, that resource is ours, that legacy, that bloodline belongs to ours. Because after we're gone, ladies, our children are the only thing that ties us here. Yeah, for you it's easy because you know 100% it's your kid. But for most guys, this is what we take seriously. That's why we don't wife up hoes. That's why a lot of guys out there, they're very adamant about not wifing up chicks who've had OnlyFans, not wiping up chicks that do stripping, not wiping up promiscuous women in general. We don't wife them up because we know that if we do, there's a higher propensity that our child, or what we think is our child, that we're gonna invest all this time and resources into, might not be ours. So today we're gonna be reacting to a video of this brother, right? And this brother is going through it right now. He's down extremely bad, all right? And he just came to the realization that the kid he's been raising this entire time, he's put all his time, effort, and energy into, right? Into even the woman herself. It turns out that it's not his kid. And we get to watch this man's come to Jesus moment, come to understanding moment about the true nature of women and how when it comes to love, all is fair. So without further ado, let's get to it. But before we do, guys, first of all, I am excited with all the new support that we've been getting. For those of you guys supporting the channel, those of you guys who are always coming back watching the videos, and some of you guys who are tuning in right now, I appreciate you watching this video. I love the fact that you're here. You could be anywhere else, you could be watching anything else, but you're here watching this, so thank you. For those of you guys who are brand new, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, because I'm gonna tell you this right now, we are gonna be the next biggest podcast coming out. You mark my freaking words. So without further ado, let's go ahead and play this video.
Y'all are really starting to piss me off with the disrespect, like it's really not even funny. I'm gonna tell you like this. I got a son. Biologically, he's not mine, but I raised him from day one up until he was 15 months old. It didn't take me long to realize how good of a person you had to be a parent, how good of a person you had to be, and realize that it wasn't about me the moment I cut his umbilical cord. But you want to sit here and tell me that I'm bitter or whatever, but yet here it is. You sit here and you don't know my situation. But here, let me give you a small synopsis. I raised a kid from day one that wasn't mine. I made sacrifices for him. I opened him up a savings account. I gave his mother all of my income tax money when I claimed both of them. Guess what? At the end of the day, I lost my fucking car. She got an iPad, an Apple Watch, and a cell phone out of me. And on top of that, I am in tons of debt now for sacrificing and taking care of a child that I didn't make. But you sit here and tell me that I'm angry and bitter and I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about by telling the truth about this? Wow.
I think that's the end of the video. So the guy makes a couple points here, and I get it. And one thing I want to tackle before we even get to the rest of the video and really eat it up is, no, I disagree with you. It doesn't take a good person to realize how good of a parent you are, all right? Realistically, when I say good, I mean being nice, right? Because that's what the impression I get off this young man. Like, he's a very nice guy, a very a man that gives off the kind of energy, especially when he comes around females. And some of y'all dudes know what I'm talking about. When this guy comes around females, they automatically know he's a mark, right? He gives off that nice energy. I mean, you know how far above and beyond to take care of his kid, right? So it's one of those things you gotta understand. Just because you're a parent doesn't mean you're a good person, all right? And I think that, yeah, you should be nice, but to a freaking point. And I preach this time after time again. You should love not only your kids conditionally, but the person that you're with conditionally, meaning that your love comes with conditions. It don't matter what it is, because what a lot of y'all gotta understand about reality is reality don't give a shit, and reality can change any sort of kind of way possible. You have to understand that. So anything that can happen can and will happen. So the person you thought that loved you, that you thought that would never lie to you, that would never cheat, that would never steal, guess what? She has, or he has, the propensity to do that. And if they have the opportunity, right, and the right motivation, they will act on it. So what you have to do is move throughout this world, especially as a man, understanding how the world's against us now. You have to move throughout the world understanding that you have to keep yourself guarded. The number one thing you got to protect is your pride, and that is loving these females and loving these kids conditionally. You have to love them conditionally. Your love has to come with conditions. Now, unconditionally when they're kids, right? Especially when they're at a very young, tender, impressionable age, right? So you want to give them the love conditions, right? But as they get older, you as the man, you as the authority figure, have to start letting them know, hey, there are going to be consequences to the actions and the decisions that you make, right? And you can lose the trust of people that you decide to betray and decide to misuse and not take responsibility or accountability for those actions. You lose that trust, and it takes that long to build that trust back over again. So that's one thing I want to make sure that he understands there. And when he does get to the point where he's gonna be getting back into a deal with the woman, you understand that you need to keep yourself first, no matter freaking what. Because if you can't take care of you, what makes you think you can take care of somebody else? And the second thing, right, like I talked about before, he gives off the impression that he's a sucker. Matter of fact, he looks like that one meme dude. Y'all know what I'm talking about, with the cell phone. He about to snitch on somebody. That's who. Matter of fact, when I first saw this video, that's who I thought it was. I'm like, oh shit, snitching dude done got his ass fucking handed to him by a woman. Oh snap, let's see what's going on here. But I digress. Let's go back to these other points. Women, all right, when you complain about fuckboys, when you complain about why there's no good men out there, you gotta understand that majority of them don't do this, but a lot of women do this, and they do this to guys like this. They do this to good guys, supposed good guys like this, that pour their all into these men, into these women, pour their all into these situations just to get used by all these foul women. So when you understand, when you're listening to all these ladies out there, when you yourself are getting out there in the dating market and starting to figure out how hard it is, starting to figure out that, hey, most of these guys now aren't opening up. Most of these guys now, they won't even take me on dinner dates. Most of these guys now, they won't even, approach me, come talk to me, because we have been dealing with crap like this. There are other women out there that are giving you a bad name. In this case, there's the woman out here that is playing games with a kid's lives and with somebody else's lives too, right? Just to get resources out of them. So when this man eventually comes to spaces like this, and that he understands the truth about female nature, he's gonna either turn into a fuckboy or just walk away. You women are creating the very men you despise but love to fuck, which it doesn't make any sense because you complain about it, right? There are gonna be a lot more men out there who are hurting, who've been dealing with women like you. And for all you other women who don't like to hold these women accountable, you will suffer too, because realistically, playing with someone's kids, this isn't just the only situation. The other situations out there that a lot of men have been through, a lot of foul, grimy situations that a lot of men have been through at the hands of these women, right? And a lot of these simps. And that's the thing. Y'all keep playing these games like it's cute, right? Y'all keep playing these games like it's cute. It may not happen in your generation, because we still got a lot of simps out here. It may not happen in your generation, but when it comes time for your daughters to get married, when it comes time for the sons to get married, do not get mad when it doesn't happen. Do not get mad when your daughters can't find any suitable men to marry. Do not get mad when your daughter, your little 5-year-old, your little 6-year-old, when she becomes 16, 17, 18, do not get mad when she's getting played, when she's getting ran through by a sea of men that used to be good. Because your mothers and your mothers' mothers have been playing this game. You've been playing these games with these men for too long. And the thing is, I feel for the brother. I feel for him, because not that I was in the situation, but in the terms of like separating and divorce, I understand what it's like to have everything taken away from you and just be saddled with thousands of dollars in debt. I understand that, right? And then the paternity aspect of it, that's a thing. Y'all got to start doing these DNA testing. Like, as a man, like, don't let these broads fool you. You got to start DNA testing your kids. I don't give a shit what you need. You don't trust me. You don't trust. No. You can't trust these females nowadays. A lot of them are not worth trusting. The more I understood women, the less I wanted to be around them, bro. To be honest with you, the less I respected them, because as soon as you understand what truly female nature is, it's really hard for you to love them. It's really hard for you to love women the way that they say they want to be loved, because you understand that's never going to be reciprocated for you as a man, and you got to understand that. And that's the thing that a lot of these women don't get. Like, the more you keep coming out and the more you keep doing this stuff, the more men are watching. And a lot more men would rather learn from mistakes like this, man, than actually go through it themselves. In the end, you're gonna lose. You're gonna be alone, because you're discarding men like this. This is a good guy, right? This is a guy at least attempting to be good, attempting to do the right thing. Now you just crossed him off the market. Now imagine thousands upon thousands of men this is happening to, not only nationwide but worldwide. You are creating the very demons you despise, right? That's what you're doing. And before you know it, man, a lot of y'all gonna be walking around here with no love from men. You got guys out here going out of country dealing with chicks that don't even come with the same level of headache that y'all come with. And I'm talking specifically about westernized women, because that's where this crap's happening, right? Majority of the time. And not only that, think about how that kid's gonna grow up, man. Think about how that kid's gonna grow up. Understanding that mom's playing games with his life because she's selfish. That's the thing with you modern women, man. Y'all are so selfish. Y'all worried about what y'all can get right now. The problem is you're not forward thinkers. You're not forward thinkers, and this is where you're going to be destroyed, because you're not thinking about the future. Because you're only thinking about right now, you're not going to fully understand how this is going to impact you until you end up on Kevin Samuel's show. Where all the good black men go? Where all the good men at? I can't seem to find them, because they're not looking for you no more. And all the men that were good, they're turned bad. They have turned bad. They're those same ones that are gonna be out here hurting your daughters, playing games with your daughters, being fuckboys because of the mistakes the mothers made. So just keep this in mind. And I'm gonna end it at this. Keep this in mind. The more this plays out, the worse it gets for y'all. And as guys start to wake up, because y'all, what y'all don't seem to understand, ladies, especially when you see some of these dating strategies that women try to do, these finesse games, these level ups games, it's like, bruh, you know we can watch the same shit, right? This ain't the days of old where women used to have all these little tips and tricks and how they used to finesse around. They used to tell around amongst each other back when they had real communities, when it was word of mouth. They said that, hey girl, this is what I did, this is how you do it, this is nah. Y'all putting all this stuff out on the internet. Guess what? Anybody can see the fucking debauchery. Everyone can see it. And everyone, not everyone's stupid. They're gonna look at that shit and they're gonna learn from it. So just keep this crap up, man. It's only gonna hurt a lot of guys, and they're gonna end up hurting a lot of young women in the future. You're creating the very toxicity that you hate. And that's what I got about this. It's a very sad story, and I wish this young man, I wish you the best. He's down bad right now. Let's all wish him the best, but now moving forward, this is what happens. You gotta vet. You have to start vetting the women they're gonna be around you, because a lot of these broads out here nowadays, they're all snakes in the grass. And you gotta start stomping on these ditches. Like, seriously, stomp on them and move on. That's it.